up, you guys? It's Brandi. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Today I'm coming on with another hair tutorial. Yes, I had to do it because it seems like you guys really like my tutorial videos when I'm going step by step and things like that, as opposed to all of my other videos on the channel. But I get it. I understand it because I like tutorial videos as well. Show me how to do something that I don't know how to do already. You know what I mean? So today I'm coming on to give you guys a coloring tutorial of how I went about styling and coloring this unit here, because I've colored so many of my units in the past and I've just never sat down and actually filmed myself doing it, because I'm always just in the moment and filming and setting up lights and trying to get angles and all of that. That kind of takes away from it, and it also adds more time to the coloring process and all of that. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it for you guys because I love y'all, and I was like, it needs to be done. So this weekend I sat down and I colored this unit, and I'm trying to get this video up like the following week. So let's cross our fingers. I'm also gonna be giving you guys a first impression of this particular hair, because I've never tried this texture before and I've never tried hair from this particular company either. So I'm really excited to let you guys know what I think about it, just, you know, right off the bat. So if you guys are interested in hearing about all of this and also seeing a bomb tutorial, then just stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so first off, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the first impressions of this hair, give you guys the specs and all of that good stuff, and then we're going to dive into the actual tutorial part. So this hair right here is from the company Virgin Hair Fix. Now, I've never tried any hair from this company before, but when they reached out to me, I was like, of course I want to try out some hair. Do you got curly hair? And they were like, yeah, we got some. So I was like, let me get it. No, I'm totally joking. But when they reached out to me, I did go onto the website just to see what type of hair they offer, as I do with any company. And right now they only offer the texture Malaysian, which is completely fine with me because I've never tried it before, but I've heard really great things about it from friends of mine who've tried Malaysian textured hair before. So I was really excited about it, and you know, when I went on there, I had to look at the curly hair and what it looked like, and it looked bomb. So I went ahead and got it. I cannot remember the specs. I can never remember the specs that I get or that I put on, because normally I get a lot of bundles. I don't always use them. So I think I used 3 full bundles and then a lace closure. Can you believe it? I got a lace closure with a curly wig, which is something I rarely do, but I wanted to go ahead and try it out. And I'm actually really feeling this lace closure, believe it or not. Normally I don't like long curly wigs, but this one does have a little bit of length, and I'm not hating it. I'm actually feeling it. So let's talk about my first impressions of this hair. Now, we're going to see in the tutorial part like what it looked like originally before I washed it, before I colored it, and all of that, so you guys can see what the curl pattern is when you first get it. But as we all know, once you wash it, it's not going to be as springy or as tightly curled as it is when you first get it in the mail. So this hair was really like coolly curly. And when I washed it the very first time, it did loosen the curls up a little bit, which I was happy with. And then after coloring it, I feel like it did lose a tad bit of its curl pattern, especially in the closure. But it's still a really good curl pattern to it. It has a lot of definition, texture, and all of that. And I use very minimal products on this hair. I actually use the exact same method that I did in my other video, which is how I maintain my curly wigs. I'll link that in the description box for you guys to check out, and also leave it at whichever side the little eye is on. I give up. I can never remember which side it is, but I'll leave that there for you guys if you want to check it out. Now, in terms of the feel of this hair, it's amazing. It's so soft. I absolutely love it. And a lot of people told me that Malaysian was kind of supposed to be similar to African American textured hair, but to me, I feel like it looks like my hair in a braid out, but I don't feel like it really feels like my hair. Like, it's a tad bit softer to me than African American textured hair, which I'm completely okay with, but I do feel like it has a little bit more texture than Brazilian curly hair, if that kind of gives you an idea of it. But to me, the curls are, I feel like they're a little bit coily or curlier than Brazilian curly hair is. And yeah, like that's the only thing I actually see a difference in. For me, I can't really see that much of a difference. In terms of shedding, this hair did not get much shedding at all. I only got shedding in, like, of course, when I was washing the hair and detangling it with conditioner in it and things like that. Like, a few strands did come out, which is always expected, especially with curly hair. I actually expected to have more shedding than I did, but I was happy that I did not have that much at all. And of course, when constructing this particular unit, I used the exact same method that I did in my beginners how to make a wig video. I will also link that in the description box for you guys as well. And I normally just fold over my wefts as I'm sewing them on, so it limits me having to cut them a lot, so it cuts down on the shedding. So maybe that's why it's not much shedding. I don't find that there are two different textures with the closure and the bundles, which sometimes you do get from companies where the closure might be a lot looser and curl texture than the bundles, or vice versa. But with this, the textures are very, very similar. Like, you cannot even tell that it's like a closure and bundles because the curl pattern is very, very similar. So I'm really, really liking that a lot. Now, I have not worn this wig out yet. Today is the first day plopping it on my head, and I am feeling it. This hair is amazing, and I love the pop of color with the curls and things like that because it's summertime, you know, you don't really want super dark hair. We can go ahead actually and get into the color process, like talking about it. I'm going to show you guys the products that I use really quickly, and then I'm just going to do probably a voiceover, or either it's just going to be a demonstration of how I went about doing it. I use the brand Kaleidoscope. No, Kaleidoscope. What the heck am I talking about? I use the brand Kaleido Colors, and they actually have 3 different versions of the bleach. They have a neutral, which is this one right here. I use the cool one, which is the blue packet, and I feel like they have one other packet, but the blue one is supposed to make it where it's not as brassy. And this one right here, I think this is if you're starting out with brown hair and then you're trying to take it up a few levels. So I had both of those on hand. I had a little packet of the blue one, so I used that one first on my hair as a base, and then I used this one for the second process of the color. And then I also went to Sally's yesterday after I finished coloring and all of that, because I was like, I want a pop of blonde here and there just on the tips. So I went and picked this up. This is the L'Oreal Excellence High Color Blondes for dark hair only. And I picked this up and I just put this on the tips of all of the hair after I finished doing the 2 bleaching processes, and I thought it was gonna make it blonde, but it actually didn't. So I was a little disappointed by that, and I don't know if it was just this particular hair color brand or if it was the hair itself, but it definitely did not really take at all, and I left it on a very long time. But nonetheless, I'm still really happy and excited about the color that it is, because originally it started out with 1B and it was very, very dark, especially on my skin tone. And I'm just like, it's summertime, you want to be fun, you want, you know, a little bit of color in your life. So I was like, let me go ahead and color it. And I'm also going to be showing in the tutorial briefly how I went about like shaping the hair, because I never just wear the hair as is. I always have to cut some layers, especially with curly hair, or it will be looking like really way down and you will look like a shaggy dog. So I went ahead and did a little bit of that, and that was pretty much it. I also used the Wella Color Charm. It's like their toner, and I think it was in lightest ash blonde. I used that just to take a little bit of the brassiness out, but it didn't take a whole lot of it out because I still wanted it to be a warm tone, not a cool tone blonde. So I went ahead and used that in between like 2 of the processes. If you have any questions about something that I may have left out in this video, feel free to leave those in the comment section below. And if you are not a subscriber, then go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family as always. And until next time, I will see you guys later, and we're just gonna go ahead and throw it to the tutorial.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way.